Hi students. Now I'm going to discuss about this change in electrical potential energy of any test charge, and under the different changes of allied parameters. Well, you know what is a charge? You have learned about this in the first part of electrostatics, and you also know that charges can be positive or negative. So there is going to be one source charge. If it is going to have, if we have to have an electric field under the influence of which the test charge is moving. So there are two charges called into play. One is called the source charge and one is called the test charge. The test charge is actually the main hero on whose movement we are going to find out what is the change in potential energy of the test charge. Who is responsible for either increasing the energy or decreasing the energy? The source charge is the one. The source charge will exert a force on the test charge, and either against this or along that force, the test charge has to move. So it is sometimes a work is done by the electric field of the source charge, or sometimes external agency has to do work against the electric forces. So accordingly, there will be a loss or gain of electrical potential energy, and that is written as delta U, which I'm going to introduce when I'm explaining. Delta V is nothing but the loss or gain of energy per unit positive test charge. So if the test charge is negative, your answer will be the other way. So all those things will be dealt with in this particular unit. So the main study here is the study of change in electrical potential and energy of any test charge under different changes, either in terms of its displacement, or in terms of the source charge, or in terms of the location of the source charge, or in terms of the electric field, and you have to discuss various situations. That's what is our aim today. Now, coming to the next part of the introduction part of it, what are each letter stand for is our next question. Now, QS represents the source charge, as you know, which is going to exert the field and which is going to be responsible for increase in internal energy or a decrease in internal political potential energy of the test charge. QT represents the test charge, the main hero that is going to be studied today, and the change in energy of a potential energy of the test charge is what is going to be the main topic of our discussion. Then there are 2 points. It is a geographical location. If a source charge is given, with respect to that source charge, one point may be closer to the center of the source charge. That is called as near point, and one that is far away from the source charge relatively of these 2 points, that is called the far point. E is the electric field due to QS, and you have to electric field due to QS. Always due to a positive QS, if the QS is positive, it will be radially outward. You have to remember, according to the inverse square law and law of the forces between like or unlike charges. And if the QS is negative, electric field will be radially inward. And radially outward, in such a case of QS being given, we are going to take it as positive. And any radially inward direction, whether it is for the displacement vector or for the electric field vector, we are going to take it as negative. Delta R is the radial displacement of QT with respect to QS. The radial displacement means along the same radius as where you have marked the electric field. So if it is taken from near point to far point, or in other words, radially outwards, you take it as positive. And if it is traveling towards the source charge, you take it as negative. These are the things that you have to know as introduction. Now coming to the next part, namely the learning objectives. What are you supposed to learn at this end of this unit? Identify whether the test charge will undergo a gain or loss in electrical potential energy. The gain or loss in electrical potential energy is denoted by the symbol delta U. Delta U means change in electrical potential energy. If delta U is positive, it means it's a positive change and the test charge gains. If it's a negative delta U, it means it will lose. Then use the vector result as is usually given for in making use of negative of potential gradient is the electric field. That's the main concept that you're going to take for the electric field direction and the potential difference also in that case, and then use that to cross check if there is a gain or loss in electrical potential energy. Now coming to the next part, that is the explanation part. Now I'll off my video so that you can concentrate more on the derivations and the other explanations part, and you can focus only on that particular thing. There is no I have already told you about the general introduction, so I will now pass on to the explanation. The coming to the here, I will give the explanation. So I'll just off the video and carry on with the derivation explanation, and you please listen to that. Now coming to the here, what happens is, if I have, this is the thing. Now where del I told you, now this is based on only sign of E. In this situation one, only E is given. They have not told where the test charge is. They have not told whether the test charge is positive or negative, or this electric field is a result of only one test charge or many number of test charges, many number of source charges around. They have not told whether this E is due to one source charge, single source charge, and if only one is there, what is the sign of it? Nothing like that is told about here. All those things are hidden from you. Maybe for all we know, E might be a result of many source charges in the neighborhood, and all of them giving electric field in their own direction, and the resultant may be in this particular point of my in this particular region of my choice. Having said that, now this is the direction of E. Now you take 2 points on this, as one as A and the other as B. So if you take the points from A to B, if you are going to carry the test charge, so this is the implication. So QT moved from A to B. What does it imply? This is nothing but the delta R. The delta R is positive. And that also you mean that delta R is parallel to E. This is what is important when no source charge is given. So more than taking E positive or negative, you have to analyze whether this delta R vector is parallel to E vector or anti-parallel. This, whenever a discharge is carried parallel to E vector, they always electric field is along the contour of a falling potential. Therefore, the delta R, E dot delta R, and the minus of that only will be delta V. Delta V will be negative. When that means it is going through a falling potential. And if the test charge is positive, let me just take the test charge is positive as case 1. If the test charge is positive, you find that a positive QT moved parallel to E implies that Q plus QT is moved along a falling potential delta V. That implies plus QT into minus delta V, means is negative answer. Positive into negative loses electrical potential energy, and delta U is negative. This is how you have to analyze. If you have understood this very well, all the others will follow just as a corollary. Now coming to case 2. In the case 2, I am going to now take it from a anti-parallel to E. So this is, I'm sticking on to the same E here. Instead of being carried from A to B, supposing I carry the same positive test charge from B to A. So QT moved from B to A implies QT, delta R of QT is anti-parallel to E. That means anti-parallel means it's going through a rising potential. That means plus QT is moved through plus delta V. Plus into plus will be delta positive. That implies delta U is positive. That implies plus QT gains electrical potential energy. Electrical potential energy, if moved from if moved anti-parallel to electric field. This is case 2. Case 3 and 4 I'll take here. Case 3, what does case 3 say? If minus QT can also be taken along parallel to E or anti-parallel to E. Anyway, parallel to E means minus delta V only. So if this is going to be my E, and this is my A and this is my B, but it is now the negative test charge which is carried. So negative test charge are carried from minus QT from A to B, means implies delta R is anti-parallel to E. That means minus QT moves through minus delta V. With both of them minus, it implies the delta V will, the QT will gain energy, electrical potential energy. Just a minute. Now, same way, this is case 3. Now, case 4, one last 4 in this case. Case 4, if minus QT is carried from B to A, like this. So, delta R is anti-parallel to electric field. This is electric field. But the carried charge is minus QT. From minus QT is moved from B to A. So, now you have to discuss what is the discussion of this will be like this. See, here, what happens here is minus QT moved from B to A implies minus QT is moved anti-parallel to E. That implies minus QT is moved along plus delta V, and minus Q and into plus will be minus. It means minus QT loses electrical potential energy with delta U being equal to negative value. This is what you should understand. Now coming to the next part here, to find I'll push this down so that it does not confuse you with situation 1. This is the situation in the case 1. Now coming to case 2, here there will be 8 cases because it is they have not given, E is not given directly, but QS is given with value and sign, or plus or minus and sign for that. That means if you have a positive QS, that means the electric field will be only radially outward. On this, if this is going to be near point A and this is going to be far point B, the same information is taken. Now a plus QT taken from A to B, because having said that this is positive QS, E will be radially outward is the inference that the student should draw. So plus QT moved from A to B implies plus QT moves with, this is my delta R, with delta R parallel to E. That implies parallel to E means minus VT, minus V. So minus delta V. Plus QT moves through minus delta V. Parallel means. So plus and minus will make it loose, and therefore plus QT loses electrical potential energy in this case when it is moved with delta R parallel to E. Parallel, or in other words, when it is radially moved away from the positive source charge. Case 2. Case 2, the same plus Q is here and the same QT only, but plus QT is moved from B to A, so that the delta R is in this direction. Because this is positive, E will be positive only. Therefore, here delta R is anti-parallel. So as you can see, first you mark the electric field with respect to the source charge. Then you read the problem and see whether it is moved from A to B or B to A. Accordingly, you mark your arrowhead for delta R. Then straight away you see whether delta R is parallel to E or anti-parallel to E. So delta R is anti-parallel to E. That implies plus QT, because this is the test charge they have told, plus QT is moved anti-parallel to E. Anti-parallel to E means delta V will be positive. So plus QT is moved through plus delta V, and this plus will make it positive. Therefore, plus QT gains electrical potential energy with delta U being positive. Case 3. Case 2 we have already finished. Now case 3 will be, we have already proved about, now I have to carry minus QT, but QS continues to be the same thing. All the 4 cases will be QS positive. So here you have plus QS. Immediately with no hesitation you put electric field radially outwards. Now you take a minus QT from A to B. So minus QT moved from A to B implies my delta R is parallel to E, or in other words, minus QT moves through minus delta V. Minus delta V, that implies this negative and this negative will make it positive. That implies that minus QT gains electrical potential energy. Delta U is positive. Coming to the fourth case, case 4, same plus QS only will be here continuously, and this will be B and this is A as usual, but you are bringing it from far point to near point or B to A. This is my sign for delta R. But E continues to be radially outward because QS is positive. Now minus QT, in the test charge carried is minus QT. Minus QT moved from B to A implies delta R is anti-parallel to E. That implies minus QT moves through plus delta V. Now this is positive, this is negative. Therefore, minus QT loses electrical potential energy with delta U as negative. Now the case 5. 4 cases are there for plus QS. Case 5, 6, 7, 8 will be minus QS. So you have this is minus QS, and minus QS means E will be radially inward. And here again I am taking near point as A and the far point as B as before. So delta R will be like this, and I am carrying a positive test charge. So plus QT moved from A to B. This is my delta R. Now because electric field is inwards and delta R is outwards, now delta R is anti-parallel to E, because this is radially inwards. E, that implies Q plus QT moves through plus delta V. That implies plus QT, this is plus and that is plus, and therefore plus QT gains electrical potential energy. Delta U is, that implies delta U is positive. Case 6, this is case 5. Then case 6. Case 6 will be same way minus QS only. Electric field is radially inward, but I am bringing it from B to A, the same minus delta R. This will be the delta R. And this is parallel to E now. And this is the plus QT only is brought here. So plus QT moved from B to A implies delta R is parallel to E. That means plus QT moves through this is positive, moves through a because it is parallel to that, moves through a minus delta V. Because this is plus and this is minus, the plus QT loses electrical potential energy. If with respect to a negative source charge, it is brought from far off point to a closer point. That is delta U is negative. This is case 6. Then case 7, the same minus only. This is for the 4 cases only minus 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. This will be E only. That is not changing. And but here I am bringing a negative test charge from A to B. So that delta R is like this. Delta R is anti-parallel to E. So I'll straight away go here. Here minus QT moves. I'll straight away jump 2 steps and write del such that delta R is anti-parallel to E, or that implies delta R, I mean minus QT moves along. Anti-parallel means it is going to be positive, and along plus delta V. But because the test charge is negative, and even if this is positive, the product will be negative. So minus QT loses electrical potential energy when moved from a near point to a far point with respect to QS plus minus QS. That's what you should know. Then case, I think we have finished case 7. Last case, case 8, will be the same minus QS only, but you have to bring it from B to A, from far point to a near point, like this. And delta R is also parallel to E. E will be negative inwards only. So E and delta R will be parallel to each other. So if and minus QT only is brought. So minus QT brought from B to A with respect to minus QS implies delta R is parallel to E. That means delta V is negative. So minus QT is brought along minus delta V. This is minus, and therefore the answer will be plus. That implies the delta U is positive and the minus QT gains electrical potential energy. This is what you should know. So these are the outcomes of the 8 situations that we had in the case of QS being given, but the electric field is not explicitly told. It's for the students to infer. I think I made myself clear. Now coming to the next part of the story, namely the tabular column. Here, this is the tabular column. Now I'll pass on to the tabular column. But you can just see me for this thing, what I'm going to. So I hope I have made myself clear in terms of the situations. The last situation was case 8. This is the last situation, case 8. So there were 8 cases in QS being given and 4 cases in electric field alone being given. We have discussed all these cases. All these are put in a nutshell in a tabular column. The tabular column will be a child's play if you have understood about these things of electrical potential falling means delta V is negative, and delta R parallel to E means delta V should be negative. Delta R anti-parallel to R means delta V should be positive. All these things you should know. Now coming to the tabulation part of it. So now I will discuss the tabulation here. You find that, just let me move this or shorten this. Okay. Now you find that QS is positive, QT is positive. So electric and the movement is from far point to near point, farther point to near point. That means delta R is negative because it's radially inwards. E is positive, and the E dot delta R will be both E dot delta R. E will be positive into negative will be negative, but minus E dot delta R will be positive. Positive into positive test charge, it means it will gain energy. The second, the QS is positive, QT is positive, but this time it is carried from near point to far point. That means delta R is positive, sign for E is also positive. E dot delta R will be positive, but minus of E dot delta R will be negative. Negative into QT will make the delta U negative, and the QT will lose energy. The third case, QS is positive, but QT becomes negative, and it is carried from far to near. Far to near means delta R is negative. But because the source charge is positive, E will be positive only. Positive into negative will be negative for E dot dr, but minus E dot dr will be positive. Here, this is minus will be positive. Positive into negative discharge will make it lose energy. Now, second, the same way, if you analyze, these are the tabular columns. You can convince yourself that each and every tabular column, every information, and finally calculating this particular thing and finding out the product with of the minus E dot delta R times QT, whether depending upon whether it's positive or negative. You can verify, cross-check these results, and if see that if this matches with whatever we have analyzed earlier. This is what you should know. Now, coming to the next part of the game, namely the summarizing part. What are the summary of it? Will be summary and scope for further development, further research to follow in your further course of study. Both E and delta R are considered positive if it is radially outward. This is only when QS is given. If QS is not given, you just see whether delta R is positive or negative. Then plus QT moved through a rising potential means it will gain potential energy, and it will lose if it moves through a falling potential. Minus QT, when it goes through a rising potential, it will lose energy. When rising energy means minus QT will be taken through a rising potential, will lose energy, and when it taken through a falling potential, it will gain, because minus QT into delta V positive will be, you can see the mathematical multiplication of minus plus and so on. In terms of gain or loss, this will be the fundamental equation. Minus of E dot delta R times QT will be positive if delta U, if there's a gain. That will become negative, and that means it is a loss. Now, what is the scope of this? What is the need for studying this particular unit? Will be, in certain cases, the loss in energy may come from some other source, and you have to investigate where from it got the energy. Sometimes there may be a loss of energy. The loss of electrical potential energy may either result in kinetic energy of the moving charge, where the charge will start moving, or it can be dissipated as heat and so on. So these will be the studies to follow based on this in our current electricity, where we have to study only about the charges. All those things will be there. Hope I have made myself clear. Just go through it. If you have any concerns or questions or concerns in this, you can get back to me. I think I have made it clear enough. Thank you for your cooperation.